What's up? It's me, Hard 8 Times. It's the truth for YouTube. Your favorite commentator's favorite commentator. Yeah! What's up, people? What's happening? Make sure you go check out my last video, Dudes Get Roasted 2, Fat Gamer. The video will be down in the video response section just in case you missed it. You dig? And also, go check out the Facebook group Adult Gamers. Everybody is welcome. All that we ask is you keep it gaming. That link will be down in the description. And before I go on, my last video probably won't be up long because Fat Gamer said he flagged it in his latest video. I just find it funny. You make a video about me, and then when I respond, I hit you low, and now you want to flag me? I find that funny, but whatever. Also, man, shout outs to all of my subs. I just passed the 20,000 mark. I really appreciate it. Thanks for all the love over the last couple years that I've been here. And we're going to keep it moving. Get back to the game, and I know I had a little detour with my last video, but it's only so much somebody can take before, they handle theirs. You dig? So, pardon me. Let's get back to what we do. Now, this is my review, my thoughts, my impressions, my opinion, whatever the fuck you want to call it, of the new Tomb Raider. Now, real quick, let's just talk about the similarities between Tomb Raider and Uncharted. It's no secret that Uncharted was definitely inspired by Tomb Raider. But if you ever played the original Tomb Raiders and you played the Uncharted games, you will know that they pretty much are nothing alike. They're pretty much two totally different games. The similarities come along as, they're both Tomb Raiders and they're both, looking for, treasures and things like that, and they explore and they travel the world. But that's pretty much where it stops, with the original Tomb Raider and Uncharted. Now, the new Tomb Raider, the reboot, is definitely much more of a copy of Uncharted than Uncharted was of the original Tomb Raider. This new Tomb Raider is pretty much copying Uncharted. Like, they're pretty much copying Uncharted. Especially when it comes to the multiplayer. The multiplayer is definitely a complete and total ripoff of Uncharted. They just completely dropped the ball. But we're going to get into that right now. But other than that, yes, Uncharted was inspired by the original Tomb Raiders, but now the new Tomb Raider is pretty much trying to copy Uncharted. And when you play it, you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, the story mode, first let's get to the graphics. Let's get to the graphics. Now, I'm playing this on PC, and PC has an exclusive feature called Tress FX, where it's supposed to, her hair is, supposed to simulate real hair movement, and it got some special effects going on with her hair instead of it looking like just, some bullshit. Because we all know in the past, hair is one of the hardest things to do in a game. This new feature was supposed to make hair look more realistic and things like that. Now, the hair does look a lot more realistic, but it moves unrealistically. It just blows and flaps all over the place like like it ain't nothing. It looks crazy. If you activate that on PC, it will cut off about 20 frames. Without it on, I'm averaging over 60 maxed out, but with it on, I'm averaging like 40 something frames. So, I'm attention to detail whore. Y'all already know that. So, I'm gonna play through the game without it on just so I can maintain that 60 because it really ain't a big deal. But, the fuck, man. Now, the single player of the game is pretty fucking good. It's gonna be great. They got big set pieces, a lot of crazy deaths, gruesome deaths. The game is set to be about 15 hours, could be longer if you search the entire island. You know, if you go looking for all the tombs and the treasures, it could last a lot longer, but the story is said to be about 15 hours, which is pretty good, you know, for a single-player game, because we know now that single-player games don't really give us a lot of time. You know, I know my man Feral Instinct, he just beat Crisis 3, which I'm about to beat, and it only took him about 3 hours and 10 minutes to beat Crisis 3, when they said it was a 6-hour game. You understand what I'm saying? So, they say this game is about 15 hours, but you wouldn't really know until you actually play the game. But the story is why you want to get this game. Now, the graphics, they look good, but there's a lot of glitching and clipping that I'm not really feeling. Like I said, I paid close attention to detail and things just stand out to me. You know, after playing Max Payne 3, I kind of got pretty spoiled, man, because we all know Rockstar, they pay good attention to detail. As far as Tomb Raider, you know, when I'm climbing up on things, my leg is going through the wall or through the roof or whatever like that. I'm just not feeling that. You know, your feet, it's fusion with the ground. You know, I don't like all that stuff. I don't like my feet going into the ground when I'm walking and looking like my feet is not even on the ground. I mean, it got a little bit. It's a little bit more technical polish that they could apply to this game, or maybe it was, you know, the resources wasn't there because they thought it was a good idea to add multiplayer. Now, the story is the reason why you want to buy this game. You know, if you're buying this game for the multiplayer, don't do it. Don't do it. This multiplayer is fucking... It's not terrible, but it's not good either. It's not good. It is a complete ripoff of Uncharted. Complete ripoff. I mean, you got... Okay, so... The multiplayer, first of all, takes a big graphical hit. You know what I mean? From the story. The multiplayer looked like some last generation shit. I mean, just look at the way the characters run. Look at the run animation. It's fucking terrible. But the multiplayer is a complete ripoff of Uncharted. You know, you got your gun, you got your handgun, and, you know, you got your 2 perks that you can add. And, you know, you got your attachments, your things like that. You know, even the lobby is just like Uncharted 3, where you can see all the characters that's in the game with you, that, you know, the other people and what characters they pick. They got 4 game modes. They have Team Deathmatch, Free Fall, another mode called Cry for Help, where it's like, it deals with like these radio transmitters, like you got to try to send out a signal and then the other team got to try to stop the signal from going out. And then they have this other mode called, what's the fuck is the name of this mode? Rescue, where you got to pick up medical supplies and take it to a designated area. And when you kill somebody, they go down in the second chance, you know what I'm saying? And the only way to actually kill somebody all the way is by doing a melee execution, which you can barely do, because once you drop them and they go down in that second chance, the pistol is so strong, they're going to drop you before you can even get close to them to do a melee execution. You know what I mean? Best thing to do is drop them and run away, and they'll die on their own after a couple of minutes or seconds or whatever like that. So, that's the only 4 game modes. The online is pretty... It can be fun at times, but most of the time, it's pretty fucking boring, and it's a bad attempt at copying Uncharted. You know what I mean? Now, when I buy a game, most games I like to buy, I like when I buy a game that has a multiplayer, because it just makes, you know, it gives you more bang for your buck. But there's certain games that I don't need a multiplayer. This Tomb Raider, they could have put more of the resources to the single player and left out the multiplayer. Or, you know, if you're going to do the multiplayer, then do a good job and not do some tacked on bullshit, because that is exactly what the multiplayer feels like. It feels like it was definitely tacked on. Copy Uncharted and put it in the game. You know, that's what I feel like they did. The multiplayer is a blatant ripoff of Uncharted. Nobody could deny this. You can't deny it. I mean, the only thing different is, you know, There might not be no weapons laying around on the map or anything like that, or you can't take cover in the multiplayer. But other than that, it's trying to be. I mean, look at the gameplay. I mean, what does it? You know, what comes to your mind immediately? And that's because of the gameplay. Now, even if it wasn't called Tomb Raider, you would still be like, oh, that's an Uncharted ripoff. Now, stay away from this game if you're only getting it for multiplayer. But, you know, if you got the game, try the multiplayer out. You might like it. I don't know. You know, I play it a little bit. Like I said, at times it can be fun when I'm playing with people. And at times it can piss you off. You know, you can prestige in the multiplayer. You know, unlock different characters. You can unlock different weapons, attachments. Handguns are very overpowered. They are very accurate. They will drop you faster than an assault rifle a lot of the times, depending on who's actually using the handgun. But and assault rifles are very inaccurate. I mean, trying to shoot somebody across the map with an assault rifle is it's close to impossible, man. This shit is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Other than that, see, as far as console guys, y'all got to pay $65 for a single player game, basically. You know what I mean? You could try to get your worth out that multiplayer, but it's whack. That shit is whack. Now, you know, for $65, the single player could be up to about 20 hours. It all depends on how you feel about that. You know what I mean? You might want to put your money to something else that come out this month that might give you a longer experience or whatever like that. But it's $65. I think it's worth it. You know, I'm not big on paying $65 on single player games, but, you know, if you got no fucking choice, do it! Do it! I mean, God of War come out next week. Well, I get a discount, but if I had to, $65 going on that. You know, and that's another game that, you know, they added multiplayer, and it's fucking garbage. Like, come on! God of War was another game that did not need multiplayer. Fuck! Anyway, Tomb Raider is definitely worth the money for a single player. Multiplayer, skip that. You know, and then again, you might want to wait until you get a price drop for Tomb Raider because it's, like I said, it's only really good for the single player, and the single player is never going to change if you wait 3 months from now. So, if you want to wait for a price drop, do that. Other than that, the game is great. The single player is amazing. Multiplayer, no, not really. Nah. Anyway, let me know what y'all think down in the comments. This your boy Hard8, and I'm out. Deuces.
YouTube, this your girl Nikki. I hope you did enjoy Hard Times commentary. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, Nikki out here.